This is C.R.P.H.A, humanitarian and citizen advocate. I got some news. Now, I know for some time you've heard me say that this whole pandemic known as COVID-19 pandemic is politically motivated. With the fact that also we have had only a weak strain come in the U.S. Therefore, with the amounts of um, the weeks more than weeks worth of triple digit to high double digit temperatures, the virus is dead and gone due to the fact that, of course, with a virus exposed to high heat, it would die, right? On Instagram within this week, um, I saw something that even the liberal media is too fucking fearful to report. And that is that Nancy Pelosi went into an establishment, a business establishment, with not even wearing these. She did not wear this. Yet we, the American people, are being manipulated and coerced in the men in the even generally close to being forced to wear one of these like it's a damn third world country for one aspect, right? And claim and even when the liberal media known as KCRA 3, Channel 7, KGO, Cron 4, KPIX 5, KOVR 13, any CBS, NBC's and ABC and CNN stations have said that the COVID-19 thing is still around when it's not. I have been proven right! But I have been proven right, though. Nancy Pelosi did not go by their own little mental manipulative bullshit to even show and prove that she is going by what they were saying, that the COVID-19 thing is still around. By her wearing a mask, she's going against her own regulations within the Democratic Party, isn't she? She didn't wear one of these. She did not wear one of these at all. Yet we're being told, even in the state of California, Washington State, Oregon, Alaska, Arizona, Texas, and several other states, even New York City and Washington D.C. itself, and Maine, and practically the whole entire United States is being manipulated and coerced to wear this, and thinking and having people think that the COVID-19 pandemic virus is still around. There's been also commercials like Lysol claiming that the COVID-19 is still around, and many other new setup commercials claiming that the COVID-19 is still around when it's not. Therefore, if Nancy Pelosi is going against their own little mental manipulative coercion, well, and trying to get the American people to wear these, and she doesn't, that puts the liberal Democratic Party in a very bad place, which basically makes it in the general election for 2020. It shows that they are manipulating the American people, for one, and now they lost control. The fact of it is that you may try to find it on on Instagram, but it may have been taken down. I just somehow or another came across it on Instagram. Um, though the same post might have been on many others social media sites like Instagram. But the basic fact is, it was said that Nancy Pelosi went in to a beauty salon, a business of that, a business, of course, right? And she didn't wear a mask. She did not wear these. Basically, Nancy Pelosi, I'd have to say thank you. You have proven my point, Nancy Pelosi. You have proven my point that the liberal Democrats are mentally manipulating the American people. Nancy Pelosi has proven my point in showing that the COVID-19 pandemic virus is non-existent, not around. So there's no worry and no reason to wear masks. Nancy Pelosi has fucked her fucking self over big time. And she's fucking made the liberal Democratic Party look bad. Yes, I know she'll try to deny it and say that she did wear one of these when it was already stated within this week that she did not. No media source um no media source stated this because of course they're being basically controlled and manipulated by the political parties, of course. Um, be that, of course, in this case, the Liberal Democratic Party to start with, and also they're being told what to report by those who are kissing the ass of the Liberal Democratic Party, and also they're generally going along with the mental manipulation of CCA3s going through with the mental manipulation towards and against the American people. The KGO Channel 7, KPIX Channel 5, KOVR 13, Channel 3, KCRA 3, and Cron 4. Every NBC station, practically, news station, news affiliate, every CBS news affiliate, every ABC news affiliate across the United States, including California, Washington, D.C., Arizona, Mexico, New Mexico, and well, maybe not Mexico, but New Mexico, um, and Texas, Washington State, Oregon, Nevada, Colorado, every one of the 50 states, maybe minus Mexico, and I'm just saying maybe, um, are being told to tell the American people to wear one of these damn things. We're still being manipulated to wear one of these. Even again, the Lysol commercial, the product that we're supposed to trust in using, that many people have used over many centuries from its first installment. That company is falling into the bullshit, the political pandemic. the politically motivated pandemic. Many other companies and commercials have mentioned it. Even the pizza places, even Amazon. I can go on. There's several. Trust me, there's more than several actually. Nancy Pelosi has proven me, the head of C.R.P.H.A, humanitarian citizen advocate, to be right. The virus that came into the U.S. was weak. We've had more than triple digits or high double digit temperatures regardless of the season, be that of summer, which means the virus is dead. Yet the American people have been manipulated in thinking that that was my phone, by the way. Anyways, that the virus is still around. That we should still do the social distancing. Yet Nancy Pelosi, with her manipulative little self and being that she's a major socialist bitch, and she doesn't give a damn about anybody but herself. She doesn't really give a damn about the American people as much as she may claim. Because if she did, she would still follow along with their own guidelines of saying we should wear masks. That's with the fact that the COVID-19 is still around. No, we should never be caught without wearing masks, even in establishments. Which basically puts Gavin Newsom in a very tight spot, doesn't it? For the state of California, at least. It puts every other governor and mayor in a very tight spot, regardless of the party affiliation. Doesn't it? That means Gavin Newsom for the state of California and the liberal, socialist, dumbass mayor and governor of New York to start with. And many other mayors and governors across the United States have to take down the regulation or lift the regulation from where people have to wear masks even in establishments. If Nancy Pelosi herself is not going to follow the same regulation. Basically, she ruined it for her party. She ruined it for Biden, by the way, too. Nancy Pelosi, you have proven me right. Nancy Pelosi has proven me right that the liberal, socialist, dumbass Democrats have been mentally manipulating the American people. For one, that's one. Two, that the COVID-19 pandemic virus is non-existent. Three, this whole fucking shit is politically motivated. This whole fucking pandemic shit is politically motivated. She's proven me right on those three things so far. If she is gonna have the cojones, the balls, the drop down sack that many of us males have, to go into an establishment for her own self worth and being, and not wear a damn mask. While everybody else, even in Washington D.C., is told to wear masks and do the social distancing, and yet she has not done it herself. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. You have proven my point. This whole thing is politically motivated. The COVID-19 virus, the pandemic virus thing is politically motivated, and the virus itself is dead and gone, non-existent. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to believe it or not, you may even come across it on any number of social media sites like Instagram or even Instagram itself. If it hasn't come across to you at all yet, be that it might still be the post might still be on there. Who's to say? But I know what I saw, and I'm not BSing you. I I would not have made this video to BS the American people. I'm not that type of a person. I would never lie to the American people. I was raised to always be honest. I was raised to always tell the truth. Granted, yes, I know even as children we do tend to even more than tell a fib or a lie here and there as we get old, as we grow up, right? But but trust me, American people. I haven't lied to you once on every one of my every one of my C.R.P.H.A videos and the N.C.H.A videos before I changed it to C.R.P.H.A. Um, I've never lied to you once, and I'm not going to. What I saw on Instagram is an actuality. What it said on that same post is an actuality. So, Gavin Newsom, Daryl Sternberg, mayor of Sacramento, and every mayor across California, as well as Washington, D.C., and governor of Washington, D.C., and mayor of Washington, D.C., and governor and mayor of every other state. That puts you in a tight spot now, doesn't it? That even makes the media look bad. The media, in fact, many people have made it more than an actual aspect of not watching the news anymore because they're tired of the coercion, corruption, and the mental manipulation. Those who have still watched the news are basically still being manipulated, still being coerced, still being told to believe that the pandemic is still around when really it's not. When the news media gets this, and believe me, they will get this, they'll have to do some deep investigations to see if I'm right. You American people don't have to if you don't want to. Because I know if you trust me enough to know that of the findings that I found is an actuality. Believe me, it is. I took some time off from making videos, and when I saw this, it didn't surprise me. It literally didn't surprise me. It just proved my fucking point. It proved everything I've said on C.R.P.H.A. and to many other people out there. One, that this whole thing is politically motivated. Two, that the virus that we had that came into the U.S. was weak. Therefore, with the triple-digit temperatures we've had in California to start with, and maybe double-digit high temperatures of heat, regardless of season being summer, and with the virus exposed, it's dead, gone. It already came in here weak, right? So therefore, it's dead and gone. Yet we're being manipulated still by thinking that, and by being told by the media that it's still around. Nancy Pelosi has proven my point that show that it isn't. She had the gumption, cojones, balls essentially to go over into an establishment that requires masks to be worn. I'm sure, but she went in there with a no mask. Therefore, it proves my point that the liberal, socialist, dumbass Democrats have mentally manipulated the American people. They have completely lied to us. Of course, I know many people say, well, the politicians always lie to us, right? I'll give you that on this one so far. I'll give you that on this one so far. I know, and also with the Obama administration has lied to us as well. But this one's a celebration for me anyway. It not only makes things worse for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the political election. Of course, they'll even try to coerce it and try to say that I'm wrong. That Nancy Pelosi did wear a mask, when in fact she did not. Just to save their asses from losing the election. I know that for a fact. But the basic fact is that I'm telling you the truth, American people. That Nancy Pelosi went into an establishment, a hair salon or a beauty salon, or whatever you want to call it, with no, with not even wearing, with not even wearing this. None of these. Not even the ones that you see physicians wear when they do operations. So Nancy Pelosi, thank you, by the way, man. You have proven my point. Which basically also Nancy Pelosi has ruined the chances for the Democrats to win the election. And she's made the Democratic Party look bad too, by the way. In many ways, many levels. So, American people, we will have to do another protest if it doesn't happen right away. That the wearing masks, even in establishments, is not, if it's not lifted. We can do protest, peaceful protest, where it is lifted in front of every Capitol building in the U.S. And for those in Washington, D.C., you can do a peaceful protest in front of the United States Capitol building, being where Congress goes into. And this right here proves that this whole thing was not put through by Trump, as you see the liberal media, Joe Biden trying to claim that it was all orchestrated by Trump when it wasn't. This whole pandemic was manipulated. The mental manipulation was all coerced and politically motivated by the liberal Democrats. And I've said it so many times, it's not funny. So, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi has fucked it over for you. You, Nancy Pelosi, have fucked it over for your party. You've made your party look bad. And the American people don't have to wear masks anymore, not even in establishments. Because if any political party member is going to have the cojones, in this case, the political party members that have mentally manipulated the American people through the liberal media. Be that, of course, the liberal Democrats have done this. If the liberal Democrats are going to be manipulating the American people through the liberal media, yet one of their party members in the Democratic Party doesn't wear a mask, even in the establishments. Doesn't matter who the fuck it is. But in this case, it was Nancy Pelosi that did not wear a mask. That means, one, the wearing masks in establishments can be lifted and will have to be lifted. And that proves also that the pandemic is politically motivated by the liberal Democrats. And that also proves that the weak strain that came into the U.S. is no longer in existence. It hasn't been, even from the start of when I said it was a politically motivated thing, right? And the weak strain is dead and gone, right? Even from that point on to the point of where Nancy Pelosi herself wore no mask while going into a beauty or hair salon, whatever you want to call it. And yet, I know even in that establishment that she went into, it was a requirement for everybody, regardless of employment position, that they have to wear a mask, right? Due to state and county regulations, right? Nancy Pelosi took it upon herself to say, no, I'm not going to wear a damn mask. With the fact that she's a part of the political party that's fucking manipulating the American people, they just apparently gave her the service anyway. They attended to her wants and needs in the beauty or hair salon, whatever you want to call it. Even while she wasn't wearing not one mask. They didn't even if they didn't even supply her one, it was proof. They didn't even turn her away. So, American people, with the fact that Nancy Pelosi has the cojones not to wear one of these, even in the beauty or hair salon, whatever you want to call it, that means we don't have to wear any one of these. And it also proves that the pandemic is politically motivated, and that the American people are being mentally manipulated and thinking that the virus is still around when it's not. And Nancy Pelosi has proven my point. When I said that that it's politically motivated and the virus is not around, no longer around, right? With the fact that we've had triple digits and high double digit temperatures in this, regardless of the season being summer, and where the virus exposed is dead, even with the fact that the liberal media has said that it's still around when it's really not. It proves my point. Nancy Pelosi has proved it for me. Even after I've said it so many times, she's shown. Therefore, Gavin Newsom and every other governor across the United States, even in Washington D.C., it is now on you to lift or basically take down the regulation of having to wear masks in the establishments, even in business establishments. And do you know that they've been elongating this so much so that many businesses have gone to the point of non-existence? Many other businesses are still in risk of that. But with Nancy Pelosi's stupidity and and senior and senile bullshit thinking, as she knows that she has the liberal media mentally manipulating the American people to wear masks and having the media for mentally manipulate the American people in believing that the pandemic is still around when it's not. She went into a hair or beauty salon, basically same difference when it comes to women anyway. And did not wear one mask, and they did not turn her away. And note this: I saw this on Instagram. Okay, I saw this post on Instagram, and I'm not lying to you. I would never lie to the American people, and I would never lie in everything I've said to the American people on C.R.P.H.A, humanitarian citizen advocate, or any one of my other advocate videos that I've done. I would never lie to you. If you have any questions, please do ask in the bottom of the comment section. And if you're new watching this video, click the subscribe button and the bell. And you will get a whole bunch of my other videos, even the ones I've done in weeks past. And believe me, Nancy Pelosi has proven my point again that the virus is non-existent. One, this whole thing's politically motivated. Two, the liberal media and the liberal Democrats have mentally manipulated the American people into thinking that the pandemic is still around. They've even paid for commercials without even saying so that the pandemic is still around when it's really not, and still manipulating the American people to wear masks when we don't have to. In fact, every time I've gone out there, I didn't wear a mask. Of course, by state regulations, in order for me to get my order, I did wear a mask. But when I had to order, I took the mask down. But they didn't kick me out. They didn't say, "Sir, you have to wear a mask while you order." Basically, it proves my point on that one, doesn't it? So again, Nancy Pelosi, thank you for proving my point that the liberal Democrats are corrupt. That this whole pandemic is politically motivated by the liberal Democrats. That the American people are being mentally manipulated by the liberal media. and thinking that the pandemic is still around when it's not. I know I've repeated myself through most of the thing, but I've also said some things in between. It is going to sting for the in a very bad way, in which the liberal Democrats deserve to get a very bad sting, very bad political metaphorical rash, even when they lose the 2020 election, because it is also stipulated and said that with the fact that the liberal Democrats have they wasted taxpayers' money and time um, on the impeachment inquiry when there was no reason, no logical reason for the impeachment proceedings to happen, because Trump didn't do a damn thing against the Constitution. It was just a little childish bullshit act by Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, because their party lost in 2016. Basically, this pandemic is also politically motivated by the liberal Democrats in mentally manipulating the American people. Basically, the party that we're supposed to one of many parties that we're supposed to trust, besides the Republican Party, the Liberal Party, the Democratic Party, has attacked its own people that they're supposed to serve and protect and defend. The Liberal Democratic Party has attacked its own people, gone against its own people, its own citizens, in mentally manipulating the American people, having the American people think that this virus is still around when it's not. That also hurts the chances for the Liberal Democratic Party. That also hurts the chances for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Along with what I have said in the beginning of this video, also hurts Biden and Kamala Harris's chances, even with the fact that I've also said that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have been proven to be racist little fuckers. I've said this in one of my other C.R.P.H.A videos. Joe Biden, according to Fox 35, I believe it was on the Post. He and I've said this a number of weeks ago that that he vocalized a racist statement. And also, I've also vocalized maybe more than one time, but different parts of the year, that when Kamala Harris was running for president, it was reported even on KCRA3 that she was a racist little bitch. Not really in those words, but she was also racist, but towards the African American community. That also can hurt them, which basically boosts the chances for Trump. Again, Nancy Pelosi has just fucking proved my point, which basically makes it way more difficult for them to win the 2020 election. While the liberal media mentally manipulates the American people in thinking that the pandemic is still around, when basically Nancy Pelosi has proven my point when I've said that this whole thing is politically motivated and the pandemic The virus is not even in existence any longer. Like I said, we had weak strain come in the U.S. with the triple digit and double high digit temperatures in the U.S., regardless of the season being summer. The virus is dead and gone, and has been dead and gone even before I found out that Nancy Pelosi herself went into a beauty salon, or hair salon, whichever, basically the same thing, with no mask. Trump for 2020, by the way. Nancy Pelosi, you have fucked things over for your party and for yourself, and for the liberal media sources, even for Meet the Press. So now Meet the Press as well as the liberal media are no longer to be trusted. If they're going to if they're going to go along the lines of manipulating the American people in connection with the Democratic Party. This is C.R.P.H.A, humanitarian citizen advocate. Trust me, American people, I'm being honest with what I said in this video. And if there is to be a peaceful protest to make sure that the thing is lifted or taken down where we will not have to wear masks even by state regulations, do the protest. That is our given right, even in accordance to the Constitution. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen, and be sure to vote for Trump in 2020. Seeing that we have been manipulated by the Democratic Party, it gives Trump even more of a boost to win the 2020 election. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.